Doug and Chris met me in the unit on Thursday, and basically we agreed to stand down from doing anything pertaining to the drywall until the roof leak gets fixed.
Right.
Because at this point, the roof leak hasn't been fixed.
Okay, you're the first floor unit and this is above?
No,
You're-
no.
Okay.
We're in the top unit.
Okay, you're unit 70, second level.
Right. You may have seen an email from our
Yes,
neighbor
above.
below us,
Okay.
because he was concerned that eventually stuff travels down.
Okay.
So he got a little upset with the situation, and that's why he wrote the email. But let me just back up for a moment. First of all, Jennifer, welcome to the Moorings Marathon meeting session. We seem to excel at belaboring every issue, so I'm going to try not to do that here. But with that said, I asked a question last month of Doug regarding what exactly is the process that takes place when we submit a maintenance request, and how should that look? And basically he said, you can call, you can do it online, and over the course of a year we've done all of those and then some, and we haven't gotten any real response. Since the last board meeting, when I brought it up again, I'm referring to the roof leak, apparently he did have somebody come out and give some estimates, get some roof bids to actually repair our roof. My question is, what happens there? Do the roof bids, do the roof bids actually have to wait for approval until the next board meeting?
I'm going to tell you no.
Okay, and I'm asking you because I'm sure you're very experienced in this, and my suggestion or concern here is that if that seems to be the process, and when we're dealing with water penetration issues, as you know, Jennifer,
Exactly.
time is of the essence. These don't get better with age.
Right.
And to me, it seems like we have a flaw someplace in our system. And I don't want to continue the Doug bashing that's occurred here, because I don't really think that that's the issue here. I think we might have some systemic problem with getting stuff done in a timely fashion. Now, I brought my visual reminder here. This is my rain gauge, which I quite literally took out of my attic this morning and emptied the water out of, which I have been doing now for about a year. It's a little ridiculous. So help me understand what the process should look like, and maybe we can fix things moving forward.
Okay. When it comes to a roof leak, it's pretty simple. We should get, if the board requires 3 bids, then we should quickly get 3 bids and then submit them to the board, and we should get a quick turnaround. We should
Thank you.
never
Could you
wait
define
for-
quick?
Well, I would say
3 days.
24 hours even. There's no reason why, as
Why
long as
wasn't
we
it
can
done?
get 3 bids, if that's what they require on a roof leak, then we need to get that turned around quickly and then get it going.
I can tell you it don't happen that way.
Well, I know.
Well,
based on
okay,
what's
wait a
happened.
minute. Well, wait a minute, hold up, let us finish, please let us finish, go
I
ahead.
understand that.
And thank you for clarifying that, because I think that is
It's
a
very
reasonable
critical.
expectation.
Yes, exactly.
As you know, in the business,
Right.
this is something that everything else comes to a standstill. You fix the water, and then you figure out where to
Exactly.
point the blame. With that said, that obviously hasn't got done in this circumstance, but I think we should take this opportunity to learn from what has happened here, and so we don't repeat it moving forward.
Have any roofers come and looked at your
Mhm.
leak, or has it just been?
I've got-
We have bids.
I've got 2
Okay,
right
'cause
here.
I didn't see those.
I think the others declined to quote,
So we-
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. These were just
And
dated.
that's another point. If we try to get 3 bids and we can't get them quickly, then if we only get 2, then we need to move on with one of the 2.
Jennifer, wouldn't it be typical for a property manager to have some level of authority to get something expedited if it's an emergency?
Well, there is that in a lot of cases. It's a $500, it's $1,000. It does depend on the association.
And do we have that here? 1,000?
So,
So,
1,000.
I don't know.
okay.
But
So
part of the problem, Keith, is again, that's a broken record
No, but,
with what
please
we've been
address
running into before the beat.
Please
And
address it.
I know it's right now it's all water over the dam.
Yeah.
Is we weren't getting communication out of Andrew, we weren't getting the communication
I
out of
get it.
Doug. And, for example, with Unit 2,
Yeah, Bill, we don't
Bill,
need to go.
stop,
I
Bill.
get it, we don't need to belabor it, we don't need to point fingers, I'm just trying to make some
want
suggestions
it
here,
done.
bring some things like, so we can fix it moving forward. Okay, that's, I'm not trying to blame anybody, let's just see what we can do to fix it, so my neighbors don't have to go through the same thing that I'm going through.
So we've
Okay.
got 2 bids right now,
Right
so let's
on.
get it done.
So, let's just fix it and move on.
Move forward and get it done this week.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So
Monday.
please look at the bids and let's get it done, because my ceiling is black
And
now.
beyond that, let's fix the system that's broken.
and here, I'm just gonna read the 2 bids so everybody understands. One of them is bidding 1 square of shingles, one of them's bidding 1.5 square of shingles. So, I mean, and the cost difference is basically $200 between one to the other, Big Fish being one of them, All Weather being another.
Could you share those price estimates, those bids?
Yeah, one was, Big Fish is $780, All Weather is $585.
And so that begs the question, if we have a pre-approval of $1,000, why wasn't the trigger pulled?
Well, one bid came in on October the 8th, one bid came in on October the 14th.
Okay.
Okay.
Why wasn't the
Okay,
trigger
wait,
pulled
wait,
again?
well, the same question could apply, but that also tells me that if those 2 bids didn't come in until that late,
Yeah.
that there was inaction for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, when we started having the issue with Unit 2, we kept telling Doug, this is something that needs to be done immediately. And it kept dragging and dragging and dragging. When the issue with our
Okay.
unit,
Stop.
same
Stop.
situation.
We don't need to
We need to
go
hash
back.
And dragging.
Let's just
And
fix the
so,
problem and move on.
and here's where my concern is right now, is obviously from what Butch said about what Big Fish did. And I've got Big Fish is the higher of the 2. They were the higher bid on number 2. So it appears to me that we may need to look at All Weather simply because Big Fish goes in and they know where the issues are and they don't complete the job. I mean, I don't have a problem with somebody telling me, hey, we're gonna have to add more money to this because we found something else, as in the situation where they supposedly bid what they thought they needed to do, and after the fact found it. Why wouldn't somebody have contacted the board or contacted Doug and saying, hey, we bid this, now we see that there's more to it, do you want us to move forward? But until today, we hadn't been told, oh, well, what we thought was gonna be a complete job was only a partial job.
Well, All Weather's also bidding on the entire re-roof, so why don't we, do you think it's a 1.5 square or a square? That's obviously how they measure.
It's hard to say because I'm not sure they know exactly where the leak is coming from. A square is only a 10 by 10
Yeah,
area, so,
if you give the job to All Weather and they have to put in a change order, I mean, to me, they should do a good job if they're trying to bid on an entire re-roof.
And I've worked with All Weather a long time.
I was just gonna ask,
I've never
Jennifer,
used
what's
Big
your
Fish.
experience?
I don't know Big Fish, not saying they don't do a good job, I don't know them, but All Weather I've used for a very long time.
well then, pull the trigger, and they have a 1-year warranty. They have a 1-year warranty, pull the trigger and let's get it done.
And then we need somebody to repair our drywall.
Go ahead.
What did you say?
Second, let's make sure that it's.
I said I've known All Weather a very long time, they've done all kinds of different things for us, so.
I make a motion, we, accept the quote of All Weather and tell them to go do the jobs.
I second it. All in favor? Aye.
Okay, then there's the second issue.
And they gotta do
Now,
And thank you for doing that. Once we get the roof leak fixed, then we'll circle back to the drywall, which is
They can also do that, they have a different
excellent.
division that can come and do that, we can do all that at the same time, as soon as
And-
that's done.
and
Terrific. Once we know the roof leak's done, that'd be great.
And
That'd
Chris
be
does
great.
drywall.
Mm-mm.
Or,
Well, what,
Want somebody
and
licensed.
so my final question is here, what are we doing internally to fix this systemic issue that we have?
that's under new business.
Great.
Okay.
I look forward to
Electrical was something that, Trey was heading up, he's not here, there